That's him right there.
There he is. Let's get a shot.
Who's that?
You must be new. That is Bruce Wayne.
Mr. Wayne. Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
What's your position on the Bat Vigilante in Gotham? Civil liberties are being trampled on in your city. People living in fear. He thinks he's above the law.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical. What'd you say? Considering every time your hero saves a cat out of a tree, you read a puff piece editorial about an alien who could burn the whole place down.
Most of the world doesn't share your opinion, Mr. Wayne.
Maybe it's the Gotham City in me. We just have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
Boys, Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. I love it. I love bringing people together. How are we?
Lex?
Hi, hello, Lex. It is a pleasure. Ow, wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person. You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? Is that power can be innocent.
You're gonna go to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us. You know you can't win this. It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
You're psychotic.
That is a three-syllable word for any thought too big for little minds.
It's time you learn what it means to be a man.
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
If man won't kill God, the devil will do it.
What have you done? She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So new Batman vs Superman footage, essentially confirming that Doomsday is going to be in the movie. Let's break it down. So the big thing about this trailer is that it teases the confrontation, like we actually get scenes with Batman and Superman talking to each other, and Lex Luthor, and Wonder Woman. I thought she was with you. I thought she was with you. Doomsday is the big news though. Now, because it looks like they use Zod's body to create this crazy monster, you could think of him as a version of Bizarro, but I think his visage is just meant to invoke Doomsday, just because of the protrusions. You don't get man to kill God, you get God to kill God. The crazy thing about this is that the Death of Superman arc, the arc that introduced Doomsday, was what got me started reading comics in the 90s. Like, that was like the first big comic book arc I ever read. Let me know if you guys have actually read that, and if you haven't, you should definitely check it out. I mean, it's a deep cut, but it's really big. It's one of the biggest things they ever did to the character post-Crisis on Infinite Earths. We get a little bit more context for some of these fight scenes between Batman and Superman. It looks like Batman uses his Batwing to go after Superman. Bit of a longer fight in the armor. Zack Snyder actually said something cool about the Batman armor. He said that it's not so much to help him fight Superman, it's just to give him a couple extra seconds before he gets crushed like a soda can by Superman. The real question is, what does Lex Luthor do to Zod's body to turn him into this Doomsday character? It looks like it has something to do with the kryptonite. But remember, there's still a lot of Kryptonian tech that was left on Earth. Like, Superman didn't go around and clean all that up after the big battle. So Lex Luthor probably got his hands on a bunch of Zod's stuff. There is a lot of classic Superman story in here too. Lex Luthor trying to use Superman's strength against him. In past movies, he's used kryptonite. In this movie, it's going to be a much more literal thing. Like, we'll be able to turn around and punch this because it's a much bigger threat than either of us are. Like, I like the way Bruce Wayne shades Clark Kent for the quote-unquote puff pieces that he writes every time Superman saves a kitten from a tree, basically calling him the shittiest journalist in Metropolis. I also love the reference to the Joker when he talks about a clown in a suit. We haven't had very much luck in our town with clowns in suits, just looking at the collateral damage of the dead Robin. But now we know what's going to bring them together at the end of the film. And if Lex Luthor can create one Doomsday, then he can probably do a whole bunch of other stuff. Just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, Lex Luthor, kind of a villain in this film, probably going to continue to be a big villain in the DC universe. But by the time we get to Justice League, just expect the threat to get bigger and bigger. Like if it takes the Holy Trinity to take down Doomsday, and they add the Flash, Cyborg, a bunch of other characters like Aquaman, then they're going to need a much bigger villain. So here's my big question for you guys. What do you think about the look of Doomsday in this movie, and which villain do you think that they can get to top this for the Justice League movie down the road? My thought is that they could do a version of Brainiac, like Lex Luthor trying to co-opt Kryptonian technology. That could be where Brainiac comes from. But even if he comes from outer space, it'll still have to be alien tech. They kind of did a version of that with Ultron in Age of Ultron, where like he was born out of a Chitauri program. So I don't know necessarily that they go the exact same route in Batman vs Superman. But Brainiac is just like the easiest go-to for much bigger big bad in the next film. Don't forget, they haven't been talking about it a whole lot, but there is going to be a Man of Steel 2 eventually. So even though they're going to have all these big team-up movies, they're going to have a solo Batman trilogy, there'll be another solo Superman film too. And for those of you that are asking about where the other Justice League members are in this film, supposedly Aquaman and the Flash, like the other minor members, are just going to be mentioned. Very, very small presence in the film. Like, don't blink because you'll miss them. Because this is really all about bringing Batman and Superman together and then bringing Wonder Woman in the mix. It kind of sounds like the first time they run into Doomsday together, they don't even know that Diana is Wonder Woman, like they haven't even seen her before. But based on what we know about the Wonder Woman movie, that goes back all the way to World War I. So Wonder Woman's been around for a long time just watching things unfold. In case you missed it though, the Wonder Woman movie has been shooting. There just hasn't been a lot of talk about it recently. Congratulations to the winner of my Batman giveaway, Cecil Joseph. You win a gift certificate for a Batman-themed Funko. You basically just pick anyone you want off of Amazon. So be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact info. And if you guys didn't know, I just posted my Arrow video from the Arrow Flash crossover. There's a reverse Flash ring giveaway that's going on in that, so I'll add some links in the description. So while you guys wait for my next video to post, you can click here for the Arrow video from the Arrow Flash crossover from tonight, and you can click here for all my Batman vs Superman videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.